Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Silver Shells Bling Party. It is Thursday, April 8th, and I'm Silver Shells.
I'm Cindy Jenkins.
And we are
the Bling Sisters.
You are watching our chat show, and we interview people from all over entertainment, all over the world. We've had 106 guests so far. We started on December 2019. And we've had everybody from Nate Lopez. We have had
Walter Trout,
Buzzy
Billy
Martin,
Sheehan.
Jill Deneen, Tony Saunders. And Tony Saunders wrote our theme song.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. It's wonderful. We've had...
Well, we wrote it together, he and I.
Well, you provided
I
the words.
provided the words.
You did a good job.
I think so. I think it's fabulous.
It encompasses the Bling sisters.
It does.
So, and we just recently had Ricky and Billy Peterson, Banana, Joshua Blue Green Cripps, Nick Petty, Barry the Fish Melton, and John Otis. And tonight, our guest number 107 is John Ozuna. And he is a martial arts artist, and he is a first-generation disciple of Grandmaster Richard Lee. He is a master black belt in Bok Fu Do with 30 years experience. He is the O in KO Kung Fu Karate. And he's a martial arts choreographer, a 6 Tuan Red Sash. He is our international referee. Listen to this. And he holds 2 Guinness World Records that we'll talk about later. And he is also a bridge angel. So, welcome, John Ozuna.
That is wonderful, and welcome.
It's so good to see you. Thank you for allowing me to spend this time with you.
Oh, this is wonderful. Thank you for your willingness to come on and let me grill you about important things.
Oh, I can't wait.
No,
Inquiring minds want to know.
Inquiring minds. Yeah, we're funny. So we've got, all right, John, so you are a man of many talents. So how did you, go ahead.
I wouldn't say that, I just, I've been afraid of a lot of things, and I just, at one point in my life, I said, you know what, I can't be afraid anymore to try all these things that I want to do, but that I feel maybe, self-doubt, fear, all the things that would stop us from doing those things.
Exactly.
And I just jumped in head first.
And said, what the heck? And so you were exposed to judo as an after-school project. Is that correct? That's how you got started?
Exactly. My first experience of martial arts, period, was one day watching Bruce Lee for the very first time. And that was a lot of people's influences. When you think of in terms of martial arts and movie combined, you think automatically Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, Van
Jackie
Damme,
Chan,
Jackie Chan, Steven Seagal. You think of those names; those are the ones that pop out first. But Bruce Lee, that was my generation. So it was 1971. I remember specifically. It was 1971. My parents had taken my brother and I to drive-in movie theater. I was 5 years old, and we were leaving. And I'm trying to recall what movie we saw, and I'm sure it was
Enter the Dragon.
I wish it was that one.
I saw that at the drive-in when I was a kid.
Oh my goodness! You and I did the same thing. We're probably the same drive.
Right, probably so.
So we're driving. We had just seen like a Clint Eastwood movie, and we're leaving the drive-in, and my brother and I are in the back seats, and that was before car seats and stuff, so we can just roam around in the back seat.
Right.
And I was looking out of the back window, and all of a sudden on one of the other screens, I saw this guy flying through the air, throwing all these amazing kicks, doing all these amazing movements. I'm 5, and I'm looking at that. I'm going, wow, who is that?
Right.
What is that? And then it imprinted something in me that stood with me for the rest of my life. And you mentioned judo. So judo,
right.
So I begged my parents, please, I want to learn martial arts. I want to learn kung fu. And the only thing they offered at that time, again, 1971, was judo. And it was
Right.
an after school program. My brother and I, were joined the classes. We were like the only two children in an all adult class. They were throwing me around like a beach ball. And, and I was thinking to myself, well, wait a minute. This is not what I saw on the screen. This is not what Bruce Lee does. So it was short lived, but it was my first experience in martial arts back in 1971, actually.
Wow.
And so, did the guys were the men respectful of you, or did they were just treat you
they
like little
were.
kids?
They were.
Yeah.
It was just so new. It was
Uh-huh.
such a new process. It was a new experience. Again, I had an impression in my mind of what I thought it was. And in judo, I have great respect for those that do that, but it's very specialized, and it has a lot to do with the grab art and throwing. And so really specialized in that aspect of self-defense. And but it didn't have the amazing kicks. It didn't have the amazing hand strikes. It didn't have these jumping, flying,
Right.
movements that I saw. And I was going, that's not what I wanted. And like I said, it was short-lived, and I didn't take it again until 10 years later,
Yeah.
1981.
Okay.
1981 after that.
So when do you feel like it became a practice and you began to do it as you live and breathe?
It takes time.
Yeah.
It's like anything. We're driven by our passion. We're driven by our fantasies of seeing ourselves being that person that really left an impression in us, and we want to be that. And then we go through the process, the educational process. But just like any person learning anything new, you're it's mechanical. It's
Right.
there's a process in place. It's an incremental. Uh, Please excuse the
That's
phone in
okay.
the background. But it's an incremental development.
A muscle
And
memory.
exactly, muscle memory, just
Repetition.
retaining information, routines, practical application of things. But all in all, just like anything, you get to a point where, and I'm going to have to correct the information I have, online.
Okay.
This year marks my 40th year in martial arts.
Not 30.
So I've been doing this for 40 years, and I received my black belt in 1988. So once you've done that, and you've taken to the practical application, I've competed all over the world
Right.
In full contact fighting. Regionally here in California, all over the United States, East Coast, and then all over the world, all over Asia, Taiwan, once in Korea, Europe. I fought in Spain. So I've had the ability to compare my experiences
Okay.
with those that were doing the same thing, that were at the top of their levels. And and it was painful.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything else except it was pretty painful.
Painful. Yes.
Painful.
Learning. Oh, and all the little. So you decided on Bok Fu Do.
Yes.
Now you studied jujitsu, and you have to pardon me if I'm wrong. Chin
Yes.
Pai Kung Fu.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was actually pretty good. So Bok Fu Do, it's a system. It's a white tiger kung fu.
Okay.
My teacher, Senior Grandmaster Lee, he's the founder of that system. It is eclectic, meaning that even though it has a strong Chinese base, it does incorporate. You're going to see a Japanese influence. You're going to see a Korean influence. You're going to see possibly a Filipino influence. So it's combined to make a very effective self-defense system. And that's a lot of the foundation of the system, is answering the question, what if? What if somebody did this? What if you were, in this situation? What if, somebody did that to you? What if they had a knife? What if they had a gun? What if it was like five guys attacking?
Right.
It's always the what if. And it answered those questions. And then you were obviously trained, to make sure that you were a survivor at the end of this.
Right.
But yeah, the Bok Fu Do system is my main system of martial arts. But I also trained in what was Yoshimura's Jiu-Jitsu out of Okinawa.
Oh, okay.
I trained, there's another, Tianchen Pai. Tianchen Pai
Tension
is the
pie.
the way that Tianshan is a province in China. So this specific martial arts kung fu
Oh,
system is from the province Tianshan in China. So, and I've dabbled with a little bit of Wing Chun. I dabbled with a little bit of Jiu-Jitsu. I dabbled with a little bit of this, that, and the other. And it's all, it's like when you gather around a family that's has is made up of different cultures, and you exchange ideas. But one of the things that makes this most appetizing is like when you share somebody's food from your culture. Either way, you're providing yourself with sustenance, nutrients, and then the sharing of cultures, and that's what martial arts is essentially. You whet your appetite with the beauty of it, and then you exchange a lot of the information.
excellent. Oh my gosh. You're also how did you get into the movies? You're also a stunt martial arts. You've been in movies.
Yeah, that's an interesting story. I'm a SAG actor, so I'm a union actor.
Okay.
I've been a union actor for quite some time. It's such an unusual experience, and it's hard for me to pinpoint exactly when that moment occurred. But as I was competing in martial arts and doing well, and I remember getting first place in the Long Beach International Tournament in Long Beach, California. Uh, this tournament was the same tournament that Bruce Lee demonstrated in. That's you see a lot of archive footage of Bruce Lee competing that. So it's attracted by the celebrity crowd as well.
Okay.
And when I competed, I took first place, and somebody saw that, and they said, "You know what?" and approached me and said, I'd love to interview. I've got a show. Come on, we'll interview. We'll have you do demonstration, and we'll go from there. And I did that, and that led to, hey, I saw what you did in that interview. I'd love to see that in a film. I've got this film that I'm working on. Is there any way that you can help us out? So it was that progressive
Evolution.
exactly, and it does link together. Right now, I want to say that martial arts is very prevalent in most Hollywood action film. It doesn't have
Yep.
to be a kung fu film. It's anything from the Avengers,
Ant
the
Man.
big Marvel franchise, to Mulan, which is more specific to that. You see it kind of almost everywhere.
Yes, you do. Let us talk a little bit about the world records that you hold
Mm,
because I have a wonderful clip that I want to run in a minute. Tell us a little bit about how does a person punch a martial arts punch 713 times in a minute? How much of a buildup do you have mentally to get there?
it takes everything because it really is mind, body, and spirit. Those are the three components that by which we do everything in our life. I want to say, and you can't do one without the other. They have to both complement and all complement together. So, first of all, the idea of it was actually something that my daughter and I were thinking of. I was trying to bring attention to this child safety program that we had. And the child safety program that we had was a community service. It was something that we did based on an event that took place in our area here. And what had happened, a young lady, Olive, I think she was 9 years old, she was abducted, she was assaulted, she
Oh.
survived, but she experienced the experience. So rather than saying, "Oh my goodness," poor girl, let's get her some help. Let's
You
get
need
her
to
some help. Let's
empower
get
her.
some therapy. Exactly. It was a way for us to give back to the community and show people how to protect their children, and
Right.
show children how to protect themselves. So I wanted to bring attention to the program. So I was with my daughter and said, hey, what can I do to get people more interested in doing this? And it was something that we were just tossing back and forth. And I think she said, well, Dad, why don't you break a world record or something? You do something. I said,
Why don't you?
Well,
Yeah.
Just do it.
That's
Your
dad.
Exactly right.
Your dad just break a world record.
That's it. And that was exactly the way it was. It was that kind of casually said. And I said, you know what? Okay, that sounds interesting.
Doable.
So I researched it, and I researched it in regards to, specifically martial arts related. I could have swallowed goldfish, or back in the day that they did that, and that was not appetizing in the least.
Great.
So, and I saw that, there was a record for the most punches, but there wasn't an existing record for the fastest punch in the world.
Oh.
And the fastest punch in the world, to give you an idea, some of the top boxers right now, Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is one of the top fighters, undefeated. He was also one of the fastest punching boxers in history. And he was clocked roughly about 26.6 miles per hour. It doesn't sound like a lot. You allow 26.6 miles per hour. It doesn't seem like a lot. But it's just the way the human body works.
Right.
And so he is one of the fastest punchers in the world at 26.6. And I was able to clock one at 43.3.
Very
Oh.
impressive.
So that's a world record, all
well,
right.
let's go ahead.
Thank you,
and-
daughter.
Exactly,
daughter.
exactly right.
Thank you, daughter of John.
And wait, I was going to ask one more question before we
let's
do this.
do it.
John, we talked about it took you 6 months to train for this.
Yeah, exactly. It was a combination of weight training. It was a combination of analyzing, how the punches are. So I was able to work with several institutions, and I worked with Stanford University Biomotion Lab, where they hooked me up. They completely hooked me up with electrodes. They had over 100 cameras all the way around to see specifically the detailing of my technique, of how I actually do that from a physics standpoint, so I can be more efficient at it. I was working with a physicist with IBM Research Lab, who actually developed the mathematical formula to tabulate and quantify the record, because that's what Guinness World Record. So they needed to have quantification, and so he got together with the scientists in Guinness, and they communicated, and they both agreed that the formula that was used to quantify the record was the correct one.
Valid. Okay.
And it was captured. It was actually captured by a scientist that worked at NASA Ames Research, which is NASA over here in California. And the gentleman utilized the same camera that they use to record like a shuttle launch. So they can record how it fractures and how it moves through the motion of the launch, so they can analyze it.
So like frame by frame.
Exactly. So they can see it with such precision, and that's how they captured it. And so with those three entities, Guinness said, "Okay, we agree.
Okay,
you got the record."
Okay, let's roll it.
Then here we go.
Here we go.
Right now, breaking a world record is difficult, but breaking 2 records in one day, almost impossible. But don't tell that to San Jose's John Ozuna.
We have you just go ahead and hold the pad.
He may look like an average guy, but looks can be deceiving. Martial arts master John Ozuna is one of the world's best fighters. This Willow Glen native and owner of the KO Kung Fu Karate School is used to tough competition. But what he plans to do this Saturday seems almost impossible.
You know, it feels that way. It really, really does.
But that won't stop John from trying to make history by attempting to break not one, but 2 world records.
One is trying to do the most punches in a minute. Now, currently, it's 702 punches.
You heard him right. 702 punches in 1 minute.
It's not a long-range punching. So it's been more of a shorter, tighter punching to even make it possible.
So how many punches will it take per second for John to achieve his goal? Approximately 12.
If I hit 720, that would be 12 punches per second.
And after that, John will try and break another world record by throwing the world's fastest punch.
It's been an incredible journey as far as how to do this.
And why is he doing this? To raise money for the children's safety program called CARE.
It's not a martial arts program. It is safety awareness.
But will this good deed result in 2 new world records? John says he's going to give it his best shot.
I feel that I can do it, and you know, even if it's just 703 punches, that'll be good enough to break the record. But you know, yes, I feel I can make that happen.
Are you ready? Got it.
Hey, and we're back.
That was exciting.
We wanted to say hi to a few people in the audience. Right now, we've got Ken Schatz. We've got Liz Lung.
Well, Liz.
Our
Liz,
phenomenal.
yes, Liz. Hi, Liz. How you doing? Good to see Liz.
Thea Daniels. And Crowbar,
Hi, baby.
her beloved.
My guy. Oh,
Yeah.
I want to say hi to Sabrina, my sister Kay.
We've
Jeff-
got
And,
Gary
and
Martin.
Sabrina, that's my daughter's name.
Is
Sabrina.
it?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. She's due pretty quick. Couple of weeks.
Wow.
My first
Congratulations. That's great.
great-grandchild. Yeah, I know. We're excited. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let's keep talking about people.
Wayne Long.
Let's
Jeff
talk
Butler,
about Jeff Butler. We
Red-
really like Jeff. He's very sweet.
Red G-Man.
Wayne Long. Solomon
Wayne,
Hicks.
hi.
You've got to look up Solomon Hicks.
Solomon Hicks.
He is phenomenal blues player out of Harlem.
Wow.
And
wow.
just look him up and you won't
You
be
know what?
sorry.
I had a great. You said out of Harlem, really?
Yeah.
Oh
He
my
grew
goodness,
up
you know
going
what?
to the Cotton Club and all of these clubs.
That's I respect that wholeheartedly because you know I've been to New York, I've been to Harlem, you know, wow, there's a lot of talent over there, a
Yes,
lot of talent.
there is. And Loopy, hi. I love you. Yo te quiero mucho. I'm really bad at Spanish.
Can I say something?
I
Yes.
wish you would.
Okay, Lupe, ¿cómo está usted? Mucho gusto conocerla. Tengo muy agradecido que estás aquí con nosotros y muchos saludos a Jalisco. ¿Es Jalisco?
Jalisco.
Yes.
Jalisco, mucho gusto. Un abrazo fuerte, muchos besos.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
And Sherry is watching, Jeff Fierro, and I think that's all I have right now.
All right. Now we have a
2-minute local spotlight.
All
We're
right.
rolling right along here.
rolling.
And we
Wow.
want to talk about Petaluma Pride and inclusion, and the Bling sisters stand behind that.
LGBTQ. Oh, got it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
let's look at Petaluma Pride.
All right.
Hi, my name's Hanan Hunady. I am the founder and president of Petaluma Pride. A couple of years ago, I started noticing that there wasn't very much representation for the LGBTQ plus community in Petaluma. That was really concerning to me because as a teacher and as a parent, I know the importance of representation in your own community, feeling accepted, feeling embraced, feeling safe. As someone who came out later in life, I also know how scary it can be to tell people that you're gay, that you're queer. I was outed in high school and it scared me so far back into the closet that I didn't come out for quite a long time. I do think for myself, if I knew that there were others like me, if there were rainbow flags or a parade going down my street, I would know that it was okay. It was an option, and that I had people who would embrace me, even if my own friends and family didn't know how. Recently, there was an incident in Petaluma that I was involved in, that I witnessed with police, and it really opened up a lot of opportunities to have community conversation about safety for people in our communities that are marginalized and traditionally don't feel safe. It's a large conversation that's happening in Petaluma. It's a really important conversation that's happening in our country. And so, you know, it does kind of open up this idea of how do we make sure that we are supporting one another in our communities, whether you're gay, whether you're a person of color. You know, it's important to be having these conversations. If you're interested in supporting Petaluma Pride through volunteering or donating funds, please find us on Facebook at Petaluma Pride, or you can reach us through petalumapride@gmail.com. You spell Petaluma Petaluma. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Silver Shells.
I'm Cindy Jenkins.
We are the Bling
Bling
Sisters,
Sisters.
and you are watching our chat show with guest number 107, John Ozuna. He is the first generation disciple of Grandmaster Lee, and
He is a world record
world
holder.
I'm
of
thinking,
the
am I
fastest
introducing
punch
him all over again? Yeah,
at 43.3 miles per hour.
43 and 713
713 punches
We're impressed.
in 1 minute.
We're impressed.
We are. Okay. Moving along.
We are definitely moving along. So you have KO Studio, right?
Yes.
Kirby Ozana. How come you didn't put it like, well,
The other
Ozana
way around.
Kirby, right? Because you'd
Yeah.
have the
Yeah,
OK Karate
so
School.
yeah,
And-
you
Be
know,
okay. That'd be okay.
and that was it. You know, when I first established the school, my school it's called KO Kung Fu. When I first established it, you know, I had a business partner. His name is David Kirby, and you know, he helped me run it for the first, let's say, 2 years of the business, and I've had the business for 31 plus years now, and it's. You know, so we're getting together, going, okay, you know, we're going to assemble our school. We're going to go ahead and dedicate ourselves to teaching anybody who wants to learn and just share what we experienced, you know, and share our wisdom and our knowledge with those that are, you know, have a passion to do this. Right. And so we said, hey, what do we call it? What should we call it? And you know, and I just right away just said, hey, why don't we do this? Let's take our initials and let's call it KO. And I thought it was, I said, hey, I'll be a real nice guy, and you can take top billing.
Like
we'll call
knockout.
Kirby Ozuna Kung Fu Karate Schools. And he goes, okay. He goes, well, are you sure you want me to take top billing? I said, yeah, please do.
Please
Because otherwise
do.
it would be just okay. And
Yeah, OK
It's
Karate
like
School.
rushing.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite of KO.
Yeah, that's people rushing to it. I just don't see that. Absolutely not.
And Lupi is commenting in Spanish. She loves you.
And bras.
Un abrazo para todos desde Mexico. I don't know what that
Oh my
means.
goodness, yeah. That's Lernas. It's mi raza. It's mi raza. It's my family. You know.
Yeah.
Again, I'm from here. You know, born and raised in California. So I'm a California guy, but my culture also is Mexican culture. So
Right.
yeah. Just I love, you know, one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life was when I traveled to compete in Taipei, Taiwan, and right next to me was the Mexican national kung fu team next to me, and I mean a 14-hour ride. I never went to sleep. I was just talking to the team members. So
The whole
that was
time?
an amazing experience.
Wow.
Oh, that would be fun. Oh my gosh.
So do you have any current movie projects going?
Wow. Yes. You know what? I really, this last couple of years have been spectacular. in terms of film work. Last year, I had the great privilege of working with Keanu Reeves, on
cool.
Matrix 4. And
Nice.
that was an amazing experience. It had a 12-day film shoot, here in San Francisco area.
Did you choreograph it? How are you involved with it?
I was one of the actors. I was one of the actors. There's this. If you look up, there's a picture that the paparazzi actually took of Keanu Reeves and I, and and I had no idea that it was taken. And actually was brought to my attention. One of the other actors, we're actually, this is day one filming Matrix 4, day one, and we're ending the film day. And one of the actors came up to me and said, "Hey, did you see this? Check this out on social media. It's a picture of you and Keanu," and she's showing me. Whoa, where did that come from?
Bro.
And there was just paparazzi everywhere. They're just obviously very popular man. I had the great privilege of working with Tom Hardy, Venom 2, Woody Harrelson, my goodness, Billy Bob Thornton. It's just, last year was just a really great experience in working with a lot of obviously established talent.
Right.
I had a principal role in a film that's coming up. It's called Demon Fighter. It was filmed last year summer, but it's due to come out in about the next couple months. I play a priest. It's all in the name. That has a really rough past and became a priest. He does underground fighting as a way of penitence, and whatever money he earns from that, he gives it back to the church. So he's trying to give back and mend his ways. He's a rough character, and then he utilizes his skills and his experience as a priest to help demonic possession. And I don't want to say too much more than that, but
it sounds
it's
fun.
a film by CRA Entertainment. David, it's written and directed by David Espinosa. Craig Aarons is one of the CEOs of the company. Just amazing talent, an amazing experience. It combined both martial arts and it has it's kind of like action, thriller, horror genre kind of all combined together, and a little kind of mystery as well. So it's really interesting. So that's what I've done, and we've got several of those things coming up. Actually, I'm heading out tomorrow to be on a TV show. It's called it's a cooking show of all things. It's a cooking competition.
Yay, cooking shows.
Wait, is it called Nailed
It?
It's called Me Versus You.
Oh, okay.
Me Versus You, and it's it's produced and hosted by Alan Abshire out of mid California area, and a very interesting concept. It's me against him, and it's a cook-off, but in between there's challenges, and there's gonna be some martial arts related stuff going on.
How much fun! We want.
What are you gonna cook?
It's going to be sushi of all things.
Sushi.
You don't cook sushi, do you?
No, so you don't cook sushi.
You prepare
exactly.
it.
It's
We
prepared.
prepare
It's prepared.
sushi.
So it's really it's a great concept. It's going to be funny. It's going to be comedic. It's going to be spontaneous. There's really no script in there at all. It's just, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
We're going to have a celebrity guest judge, Sean Cannon, from Karate Kid 3, and he was big. He was big in the soap opera circuit, All My Children, General Hospital. So he was really big in that.
Our girlfriend Elisa would know who he is.
Yes, she would.
Yeah, really.
Elisa.
Just obviously really good looking, leading man, star-looking guy.
Yeah.
Sean's a great guy, really great guy. So I'm heading over there tomorrow to go and shoot that. I've got another big film project coming up. It's called Drug Hunter. They'll be filming in the next couple months. I have a lead role in this one. I play a father who is it's got a heavy duty combative background. He's Navy SEALs trained, and you know, he's a martial artist, retired, but his son is killed, you know, by some
Bad guys.
drug cartels.
So
Yeah.
there
And
goes
then-
Dad.
And then everything ensues from there. You know, it's written, directed by Glenn Parton out of the East Coast. So I'll be flying over to the Baltimore, Washington, D.C.
nice.
area to film
Okay.
that one. I've got another film that hopefully I'll be a principal on with CRA Entertainment in the summer. And I've got another one in October. So it's going well. It's going
Wow.
very, very well.
Well,
so
I
far.
think on that note, we should look at your acting reel.
Yes, we
Because
have an
Oh my
acting
goodness.
I think this
reel.
would be a really good time to do that. So here we go. Let's roll it.
Hey, buddy, got any spare change?
Get a job.
How about you just empty out your pockets? Your wallet now.
You really want to do this?
You want to die?
Really, man? Really?
I guess tonight's not a good night to be a cop. Think about moving.
So I could take care of him myself.
Trying to locate my sister. She was taking classes here.
I'll do what I can to help, but I'm not killing anyone. None too friend, you're mistaking revenge for justice.
Men moving all of us to a
What are you trying to get out of this?
Justice. I want you to pay for what you've done.
You need to stop hiding things from me and tell me what.
So which is worse? To die as a good man? Or live as a monster?
We're back.
And we are back with guest number 107, John Ozuna, two-time Guinness Book of World Records winner for fastest punch and most punches in a minute.
713.
And 43.3 mph.
That's nice.
Good job. And so
Are we still the Bling sisters?
we're the Bling sisters. I'm Silver Shells.
I'm Cindy Jenkins.
And
We are the Bling sisters.
Oh, see, we did it first, and so I got all thrown off.
It's okay. Station identification.
We do okay. Okay, so John, there's two things I'd like to talk about. You're a teacher,
Yes.
and you had a special pupil challenge you when you first started. And how was that? How did that challenge you? And
Yeah.
how have you become a better teacher because of that, or?
Exactly. Absolutely. It was just a wonderful experience. I had a young lady. She was probably 15, 16 at the time. And she comes in to the school. And we're located in San Jose, California, and we formerly had the school in Gilroy.
Okay.
So it's when we had the school over in Gilroy. And so she comes in with the wheelchair, and she comes right to me, and she goes, hi, and I said, hello, how can I help you? I got a challenge for you. And I said, absolutely. And here I'm thinking she's going to challenge me to a fight.
And she's in a wheelchair.
And
Yeah.
she wants you to do something.
And I'm thinking she's got an advantage. So, and she goes, I bet you can't teach me.
Okay.
And I said, wow, that's really interesting that you say that. Well, what makes you think that? What makes you say that? Well, you're the 5th school I come to, and all the other schools said that they can't, if I can't stand it, they can't teach me. I said, that's very interesting. I said, if you have a desire to learn, I'd be honored to be your teacher. Do you want to learn? Yeah, I've always wanted to learn. Do you want to learn everything that you would learn from this particular subject? Yeah, I want to learn how to defend myself. And then, she had a great personality because I want to learn how to kick butt too. And I was going, all right. We can take care of that. And she went from being wheelchair bound to being able to stand on her own 2 feet, being able to stabilize herself.
Nice.
Being able to do what is required for somebody to do, anybody, to go from level to level, modified. So it's tailored to her. And essentially, in anything that we do, everything should be tailored to the individual that's doing it. And and she grew up to be an amazing young lady that with enormous amount of confidence, which she already had. She already had confidence,
right?
But it's something that she wanted to do, and she just got tired of hearing no.
Right?
She got tired of hearing no, and and what that did for me is she made me a better teacher. She really did, because she enlightened me in the way that it was my responsibility to reevaluate my method of relaying this information so that anybody can learn this.
Okay.
So that and you don't blame the student for not learning.
Right.
A teacher's responsibility. A teacher becomes a teacher when a student struggles to learn. So when they struggle to learn and struggle to,
there you are,
to immerse themselves in what you're relaying, then it's up to the teacher to change that, so that you can find out what it is that we need to modify to get it there, so that they receive that information in a way that they can best learn it. And that's when a teacher becomes a teacher. It's when your students literally struggle to learn. When your student does everything that you tell them to do, it's not teaching, it's relaying.
Right.
You're just telling them. But it's finding those ingredients, finding the right combination, modifying it here, adjusting it there. What might work last week may not work this week. So you're going to have to adjust it. And that way you're constantly trying to be the best communicator.
Okay.
To that person. And it takes a teacher investing in their student, getting to know them. The young lady that challenged me, she had CP, cerebral palsy, and so her motor skills were affected. Her muscularity was
trying to do a punch.
Yeah, exactly. She had limited range of motion, but she was still able to do it. And one of the things that I learned, regardless of our challenges, there's certain things that really, I don't want to say defy. That's not the right term, but where we don't categorize ourselves. We're neither male or female. We are human beings, and human beings respond to stressful situations in a certain way. Human beings
as a whole
are equipped with a primal defense mechanism or primal life preservation instinct that if we are attacked or we're in danger as human beings, we will do something. We will do something. And, and so it's not, I never want to hear, oh, you're good for a female. That's just, that doesn't exist in martial arts. You're good, you're a great martial artist.
Right.
I'd like to introduce you to somebody.
Okay.
I want to introduce you really quickly.
That's
I'm here at my school.
Okay.
But okay, coming over here, you can come in. I want to introduce the world. Here we go. This is Katie Schmidt.
Hi, Katie.
Katie.
Hi, ladies.
I'm
Katie
Shelley.
Schmidt.
I'm Sydney.
And
And
that's
we're the
Cindy
Bling
right there.
sisters.
The Bling sisters. Okay, go on.
Lovely to meet you both.
She has been my student for 17 years. Yeah, 17 years. So I've seen her grow from a child to a responsible adult. She helps me run my school. She's here for the daily operation of the school, but she's also a world champion full contact fighter. And she has traveled all over the world to compete with the best of the best. And here's this, young lady who is humble and talented, but is a ferocious fighter.
Beat the crap out of
you. She is my bodyguard. She's my number one bodyguard, because if anybody ever messes with me, I just put her right in front of me.
Well, now how many people can she take on then on her own?
Oh my goodness!
All
I
of
think
them.
the last count was about 8 poor souls.
8. Well, Liz is
Just
impressed. Marie von Fossen is impressed.
So, and I want to, just because I really feel that somebody who puts the time and effort into it and it just becomes the example. And they embody the example of what we teach. Katie is just one of those wonderful examples. I've taught thousands and thousands and thousands of students, but it takes commitment, dedication, and and trusting your teacher. Even though when we feel that we don't have that confidence within ourselves, if your teacher has the confidence in you, then that's where faith and trust comes in,
And the support, yes.
And she's a world champion because of it. So,
Good for
just
you.
wanted to
Excellent. Excellent.
Nice to meet you.
thank you for being here.
Right. Well, we're winding down.
We're winding
on
down.
our-
I wanted
know.
to say hi for Dana Fisher, a good friend of mine. He
Hi.
likes your philosophy, and just sending lots of cool love.
There's Katie Schmidt. Oh, she just said,
I love
awesome
Dana.
Master. Oh, that's funny. She just commented on it.
Oh, my goodness.
Katie.
Well, we
That
have
is so fun.
we have a fantastic video, your action demo reel.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about what to expect here.
Yeah.
You know what? It's a lot of people are trying to hurt me, and I'm just trying to defend myself.
I think we should watch it in full screen, don't
All right.
you?
Absolutely.
And we're
Absolutely.
going to we're
say
signing off. We're signing off. John, it's
John.
been so wonderful to have
Oh
you
my
on
goodness.
our show.
It's
Thank
been my
you.
pleasure.
Well, we'll
It's
have to
been
do
an
this
honor.
again.
We
And-
will.
And the invitation I extended earlier stands.
Yes,
At
it does.
any time, you just let me know.
So we have
Oh, absolutely. I would be honored to come by and say
That'd
hi.
be beautiful.
that would be so much fun. Yeah. All right. So everyone, I want to say that next Thursday on the 15th,
Pamela Parker.
Pamela Parker.
Female rocker. She is awesome.
Tune in at 6:00 for another fun interview and chatting with our guests. And John, do you have any parting words?
Parting words,
Parting
John.
words.
Oh my goodness. It's I do.
Okay.
We've all have been challenged with something that's been just thrown at us and this past year.
Yep.
And something that my teacher has always impressed upon me that has really been that the rocket fuel that I utilized to really take on any challenge And that's never being afraid of failing, never being afraid of falling, never being afraid of crashing down. Don't allow fear be your decision maker, in your process. But he always said that you win when you lose if you learn.
If you learn, that's correct.
And I'll say it one more time. You win when you lose if you learn. Every time you fail it's an opportunity to learn and just be the best you can.
It's how we refine ourselves. That's
All
right.
right, everyone, be safe. We love you, and have a fabulous weekend.
And
we'll
watch his
see
demo
you.
reel.
Watch his demo
screen.
reel. Oh, yes, in full screen. We're so excited.
This is so good. Okay, here we
All
go.
right.
Good night.
Bye, everybody. We love you.
K-I-L-L